My client didn't listen. We said, hey, put your, don't post about the accident on social media. Make your page private. Because they are always looking. And when I say they, opposing counsel, insurance, they are always looking for ways to prove you were never really hurt. This is all a fraud.
Willie D. Live.
What's the legal loophole that you wish everybody knew?
You always have rights. You might not know what those rights are, but you always have rights. And if you call soon enough, just to at least get information on the front end. If you don't know, just err on the side of caution. Reach out to somebody. Even if you reach out to me and say, hey, we will let you know, hey, this is not our expertise. This is not the area of law we cover. Here's who I suggest you contact. And call them now, because you don't want your window of time your window of opportunity to be missed, where you can have recourse. And now it's 3 years down the line, and you're sitting there and there's nothing that you can do at that point. It's better to err on the side of caution. Err on the side of caution. Call us, even if it's not something we do. We'll point you in the right direction. But like I said, my passion is just a fight. And to stand up for people that can't stand up for themselves. So that's another way of me standing up for people, even if I can't help them in that particular area.
Have you ever found yourself in the middle of a case and you thought you had it down pat? Like, I'm about to slam dunk this thing. I got this.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, something happened that made you rethink your legal strategy.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I've rethought my legal strategy before. I'll give you one that's kind of funny. I don't know. He might be watching. We'll get a good laugh about it. I won't mention any names, but it was earlier on. It was a car accident case, right? And this is in its simplistic form. Car accident case. Everything's going well. We're getting to the end. He did everything he was supposed to do. He was really hurt. Went and got treatment. Fast forward. Most cases don't go to trial or don't get resolved typically till about 2 years down the line. Any event. My client didn't listen. We said, hey, put your, don't post about the accident on social media. Make your page private, because they are always looking. And when I say they, opposing counsel, insurance, they are always looking for ways to prove you were never really hurt. This is all a fraud. And when we get in front of this jury, we're going to make sure we show the jury. Well, my client had video of him in Jamaica dancing on one of those bamboo rafts. Not long after the accident. I mean, shortly after. And it can be explained away. It can always be explained. But the moves that he was, the moves that he was making, I sat down and talked to him. I said, sir, you really hurt your case. I'm very honest. We're very transparent. We gave you specific instructions in the beginning. You decided not to follow them. He understood. And he was like, you know what? You're right. And I said, hey, it's best that we resolve this case for a little bit less than what we were hoping for. We were hoping for it to get you the policy limits, which is what you deserved. However, it's going to be very difficult for you to explain the type of moves you were doing on that video in Jamaica on a raft that's unsteady on the unsteady waters. And the likelihood of them believing that you were really hurt to the extent that you were, it's just going to be very difficult, right? It's not what's fact, but what you can prove. And so because I explained the difficulty of that, I've been in front of several juries, so I know how they take a lot of things. I just said, it's better to have a bird in the hand than two in the bush. So he agreed with me. He went with my advice, great client, and we settled maybe for about $5,000 under policy limits. So he kicked about $5,000 off the table for his justice.